seeing him talk with a hidden agenda. And, does Dr. Will still have an ulterior motive in the second season?
I think the easiest way to answer that is my starting point has never been Dr. Wills. You know, and that is what gave the agenda. My starting point, who I play, the reason I signed on is to be the Reverse Flash and Eobard Thawne, and that meant for a joyous season as an actor, because every line is laced with a couple of different meanings, you know, and a couple of, like you said, a couple of different agendas. Any actor will tell you, rather than just playing straight pipe, being able to say, "It's good to see you. I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Queen." How that plays on different levels. Well, I'll see you soon, Barry. You know, such an innocent, just tossed off line such as "I'll see you soon, Barry," plays out on different levels, and so it's very it's writing that I'm extremely grateful for, and this second season will only bring more of the same.
So if Thawne is back, does that mean that Eddie's death was for naught?
Well, I didn't say that Thawne was back. I like that objection. You're trying to pin me into a corner, Your Honor. I said my starting point is Eobard Thawne, and you read into that, which is what we're trying to do. We're trying to read into stuff, which is great. I think one of the more difficult things for us as a cast was to have to sacrifice Rick Cosnett as Eddie Thawne. The caveat being, in this world, nobody has to ever stay dead forever, but that sacrifice has to play out. I mean, the nice thing about our season finale is we earned that moment of shock. Like, if you were watching and you anticipated it, then it probably was less gratifying for you. But for a lot of us, for example, Grant and I, when we read it, it's like, oh, okay, how does he ultimately defeat? It's not Flash versus Reverse Flash. It's actually this fellow comes out of the corner. It's like a face-off between superheroes, and then they're fighting, and then bang, a gunshot, and then you look, and it's the person has come from behind, and the person falls down, revealing. We've seen that trope all the time in movies. We did that, but I feel earned it, because you didn't really feel it coming, and it also, I think, was bittersweet for a lot of the people who watch this show, because they love the guy, and that means that we actually did earn it, because they were sorry to see him go, and that sacrifice was poignant and yet organic, and a great way to defeat, or at least to win around, for Barry to win around versus Harrison / Reverse Flash. So I think we were all very happy with the season finale. I think that the writers should be pleased with themselves, and it's a high bar to try and hop over and hurdle for the second season, but that's we're grateful to have a second season, to be able to try and hurdle that bar.
So a lot of the fun of the first season with your character was spent trying to figure out, is he a good guy, is he a bad guy,
right.
What are his intentions? How much of that is going to continue? Are we still going to be really wondering about Harrison Wells or whoever you are?
To answer the first part, the thing that's rich about it is you can make arguments. I've made arguments with you last season that he is both, because ultimately here's a guy, he's just trying to go home. Yeah, he's just trying to go home. He's like, that's my mom. He's just trying to go home. We want to go home. And you can't fault a guy for trying to return to his time. And this is how he's going to do it. He's a effing time trafficker. So he's got to get home. Who doesn't want to go home? And he has to, there's certain sacrifices that he has to do to get home. And from his perspective, the people who have to be sacrificed have already been dead for 100 years already. So no great loss. At the same time, he has to marshal all the forces he can to protect Barry Allen, because Barry Allen is necessary for that. But also, as he does that, it's a genuine marshaling and a genuine protection. And as he does it, he's genuinely taken with Barry. Those, as he, as the writers wrote and the words I said is like, he genuinely felt affection for those things. The fact that it wasn't just, I'm nasty and dastardly, and I have a plan, and I would have gotten there, but it wasn't for Rick Cosnett, and he shot himself. Darn it! It wasn't that. Like, he had, like, there's genuine emotion there, and so for the second season, I mean, again, my starting point is always, has been the Reverse Flash, and so I think, entering into this second season, I think we all, as we're crafting the second season, don't want to come in at a lower level than we played in the first. You don't want to. You're always trying to, to use this athletic term, you're always trying to, win the championship. We're not playing just to make the playoffs. So whether we succeed or not will be up to you guys and the viewers. Hopefully we will. And with that being said, I want to introduce to you